What's up, guys? It's your boy Madao, and I got a know you battle for you in this Pokemon Showdown battle. Now, I didn't expect to get this battle. It happened to be a really good game, some good predictions. So I thought I'd share it with you, and that's why it's not live. So why don't we get started with the battle? Let's put it down to normal speed. I might up it. Who knows? Anyway, he's going. All right, so I'm the other guy. I'm RG Madao, which y'all should know that. When he's going to lead off Gliscor, I already lead off my man Titan. Now, obviously, I'm forced to U-turn because I can't do anything for it. And unfortunately, I mispredict. He goes straight for the Earthquake, which I was afraid of, and is able to knock out my Magnezone. Now, I kind of predicted him to go for the Toxic, so I went out to Magnezone. Then I was going to pull a double switch out into my Landorus, really, because obviously I'm immune to the Earthquake. However, that didn't go that way. But anyway, my Keldeo easily scares it off and is able to get the -1 speed drop on this Ferrothorn thanks to the fact of Ice. I pack Icy Wind, and then I make a really bad play and going straight out into my Darmanitan without thinking that the Thunder Wave was coming. After I clicked it, I was like, nah, Thunder Wave. But oh well, it all worked out at the end of the game. Now anyway, I'm gonna U-turn because obviously the switch is obvious. As he did decide to go out to Heatran and allowing me the free switch onto my Landorus, which obviously scares him off with the Earthquake. Now, because I know I'm going to scare him off, I did decide to set up my Stealth Rocks, and then I'm going to decide to U-turn, knowing that he's going to want a Toxic, so I really got nothing that wants to come in on that. So, might as well have my Landorus take that and allowing me a free switch out into my Keldeo, without it getting toxic. Now, I'm going to pull off a double switch here, going out into my Darmanitan, calling the Ferrothorn switch, since he obviously showed me that his answer to my Keldeo is the Ferrothorn, which is beautiful because now I got this Ferrothorn backed in the corner. Now, he's going to go for a Protect as I decided to go straight for a Superpower, predicting that he's trying to come in. But now that I know that the Gengar is going to come in, I'm obviously going to pull off a switch here and go out into my Jelly Sense, as he did indeed decide to go out to Gengar, which is beautiful because unless this is Choice Spec Gengar, I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball won't be able to KO me. And even Choice Spec, I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball won't be able to KO me. But he reveals Sub here, so he might have Disable, so I'm going to switch up moves, go for the Ice Beam, as he decided to go out into Ferrothorn, which is fine by me. It doesn't do a lot of damage at all, and in all honesty, Ferrothorn scares me. Now, I decided to stay in, going for the Will-O-Wisp, really just to cripple the possible Gyro Ball or Power Whip. I don't know why he'd be carrying Gyro Ball. If I was him, I'd be carrying Power Whip. Obviously, he's carrying the Thunder Wave. Now, I'm going to switch out to my man Titan now, knowing that he's probably going to go for the Leech Seed, as he does indeed do that. And even though I know he has Protect, I stayed in, really, because, might as well show him I'm going to go for the Fire Punch. Now that he knows I'm going to go for the Fire Punch, it's pretty obvious that he's going to go out into Heatran, because why would he not go out into Heatran, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to decide to go out into my Powdered Wig, as he does decide to do that and going out into his Heatran, allowing me to pretty much scare off his Heatran again. Now, since I know he's going to switch, might as well U-turn, right, guys? And I predicted pretty successfully, as I'm able to U-turn out against that Gliscor and able to send in my Gliscor counter my Keldeo Resolute. Now, if y'all have kept up till now, I'm out predicting the sky right now. All he's doing is switching between his defensive pivots in the form of Heatran, Gliscor, and Ferrothorn, because that's really all he can do. That's all I'm letting him do. Now, the Ferrothorn does come in on a Keldeo's Hydro Pump, which actually does a lot of damage, especially after that burn. Well, not a lot, but enough damage where I'm satisfied. And luckily for me, he happens to miss this Leech Seed here, essentially allowing me to pretty much go for the EQ, getting some nice damage on him. As you see, he's down to 10% HP. Unfortunately, he was able to Leech Seed me this turn, getting a lot of that HP back, considering I'm max HP Landorus Therian. Now, I could have easily went for an Earthquake here. However, I decided to go for the U-turn, really, because I knew he was going to go for Protect. And I figured if I go for the U-turn, that's going to make him think that I just want to get out of here because of all this residual damage. That way, he's going to stay in and most likely go with the Ferrothorn, but this turn I go for the Earthquake, successfully taking out that Ferrothorn, so my game's paid off. Unfortunately, my Powdered Wig on my Landorus is taking a lot of chip damage, and I need to save it, mainly because of that Terrakion, which is still scaring me. Luckily for me, he actually pulls off a double switch here for absolutely no reason, as I did decide to go out on my Jellicent, and because of that, well, my Jellicent carries the Ice Beam, so, I'm set. Now, he ends up going out into his Latios, and actually taking this Ice Beam very well. This is what I hate about Pokemon Showdown. I went for Shadow Ball here, which probably would have KO'd. But I hit Ice Beam my first when I pressed cancel. There's no reason to. I might as well go for Shadow Ball. But it still went for Ice Beam, which upsetted me a lot. But, whatever. That's just how it goes. Now, I end up going out to my Rudelick Knock or my Conkeldurr. Iron Fist boosted, Muscle Band boosted, Mach Punch. He's going to knock out that Latios from that range. And then I'm going to stay in, knowing that he can't KO me with a CC. Unfortunately, I get flinched, which really sucks because my Rulik Knock could have easily finished off the game there since I do carry the Ice Punch and the Drain Punch. And now, I ended up switching on my powdered rig really because I want the -1 attack stat, kind of forcing him to switch, which he does indeed right now. And as he does go out to the Gliscor, knowing he can wall my powdered wig pretty nicely, and I'm gonna predict that and just go straight for the U-turn, allowing me to go back out into my Gliscor counter in the form of my Keldeo Resolute. Now he's gonna go for the Protect Just a Scout. What I'm gonna do, I went straight for the Icy Wind just because I knew he was going to do that. And now he's going to switch on the Heatran, which allows me to go for a Hydro Pump in return and knocking out his second to last defensive poke in the form of Heatran, leaving his only defensive poke, Gliscor, left on his team alive. Now I end up sending out Gengar here. Now since it's not a offensive Gengar, I know I can take any hit as he decides to go for a Pain Split. And after this Icy Wind is going to slow down the Gengar to the point where I should outspeed and the Hydro Pump can knock out the Gengar. So right now I'm sitting really pretty thanks to Keldeo in predictions. Now, Therian still scares me because obviously he has his Headbutt. And I'm going to Death Fodder my Darmanitan at this point because I do not need a Darmanitan. It's not going to do anything to the Therian since obviously I'm paralyzed. I will be outsped. And the Gliscor obviously is not going to do anything. Because he has that -1 defense, he's not going to be able to take a Mach Punch. So he's going to switch out. I'm going to predict that. Go for an Ice Punch, successfully knocking out the Gliscor, which is beautiful because now all he has left is Therian, and I do carry Intimidate on my team. However, right here, I'm just going to go for a Mach Punch. Luckily for me, I get a crit. Don't know if the crit mattered. It probably did, but it didn't really matter all that much, and I'm able to knock him out. So that's good game. Cake Zone. I'm SP Madao, and look forward to more showdown matches, guys. See you.